Okay, in this video, I'm gonna show you how to paint any frame or any part on a dirt bike or like surron or anything similar to that. This bike, it's kind of rusty, so I think it needs a fresh coat, and it's about to look the cleanest it could ever look. So come along and I'll teach you how. That first step is pretty obvious. You gotta strip down your frame and brush most of the dirt off. I already did this step a while ago, but next step, if you have like one of these or something, you can like wire brush most. You can try to get most of your rust off your part, or you can use like a drill mounted version and try to get that off. I'll show you how to do that on this in a little bit, but to start, for simple stuff like this, once you take all the dirt off, you get some sandpaper, and you're gonna want to scrub it down so then it's nice and like clean, and it has like a rough surface so you can stick paint to it. This is how you want to do it. It's just like all over your part, so then it gets all nice and rough, and it'll be prepped for paint in no time. Once you got all nice and roughed up, you gotta go inside or wherever you have water and go wash all the powder off, so then it'll be nice and ready for paint. And then an extra step, which will help even more, is get some alcohol on that and make it even cleaner. That'll help a bunch for it to be the best finish you can get. I'm gonna go wash my part now, so I'll show you what it's like, but I can't talk because my parents, they're inside. So once you got that all nice and wet and dry and cleaned up, then you're gonna want to grab yourself a rag or something, or a microfiber cloth or something clean, and wipe it off and dry it. So then it's gonna dry for the paint. Yeah. Because you don't want water on there. It won't dry if there's water. Thing you can do, make your part like nice and extra dry so you can work faster, is to get a blowtorch, right? And to blowtorch your part so it dries off really fast, right? That it turns out really nice. Just be careful because it's going to be kind of hot. Look at that. I don't know if you can see that. It's kind of hard to tell, but it's drying up really good. So after you make that nice and dry, it's kind of warm now, it's nice. You gotta find somewhere to put it so you can paint it. I have this like table frame thing. I don't know what it's for, but I like hanging my stuff from it. So then it's like hanging and then I'm painting on it, right? So I'm gonna go get my hook and I'll show you that when I'm done. You want your piece to be hanging a little something like this, right? Yeah. Okay, so after you've got your stuff hung up, you're gonna want to shake up your paint, right? So then it's nice and good. Oh, I'm shaking it here. Look at this. It's my friend's go-kart, right? We're working on a build. It's in there. You couldn't tell. It's in there. And this is his engine, but like some dude like, messed it up real funny. So we're putting that in there. I was gonna make one, but not anymore. So I got my pit bike. So, okay. Once your paint's all shucking up, you can start painting. But you gotta remember, like, even passes, you know? Like, No, make sure you don't put too much on there, because it's gotta look good. You all want it to look real good. Like, I mean, it's gonna look like it has some holes sometimes, but otherwise, if you do your paint good, it's gonna look professional. And that's what we all want, right? We want our professionally painted dirt bikes. And your friend's gonna ask, oh, where do you get that painted from? And you're gonna say, oh yeah, I did myself. And you're gonna be like, oh man, why don't you paint my bike? I want a paint job. And then you do it, and then you got a whole business going, and you're rich. And then you're like, why not just keep going and you make an entire empire? Well, anyways, once you're done, it should look like that. Pretty nice. You wait for it to dry, like 30 minutes, I think. Then you give a second coat or a third coat, how many coats you want. And then that'll be one piece done. Okay, first coat is dry. Now it's time to put the second coat on. And I guess I already showed you all how to do it before, so I'll just come and do it. I'll show you when it's done. For more complex parts like this, which is our cast iron, I recommend a different strategy for prep. First, you're going to want to take all your chunky rust off with a wire wheel or by hand or however you want to take your rust off. I'll do that right now and I'll be right back. Oh, look at that. That's shiny. And you're going to want to paint it the same as you did before, like all the other parts. So then you get that nice finish. The thing you want to do is to mask off where you don't want to paint, like inside these bushings. You don't want to get paint in there, because then it's gonna bind and it's not gonna work as well as it could. So just do that. It's pretty easy. You put your paint, your tape over it, and you cut around the piece where you need to keep normal, right? And that should just keep the surface also. That surface needs to be clean. So make sure that's clean, because without that, it's not gonna work as well. I just learned this the hard way. Don't use the blowtorch to dry it off. It'll melt the bushings kinda. You see that? I kinda melted it a little, and I don't think that's too good, but it should work fine still. If a knife is too hard for you, what you can do is, it's kind of confusing how it works, but if you push it down onto your surface, you can run the edge of something against it, and it'll cut the thing around the little corner. It's really hard to describe, but it rubs it away, so it cuts it, right? And just do that around all your spots you want to cover, and that should be good. However that method works, it works extremely well, because that is going to paint real nice when it's done. This side's going to be a lot harder. I think you might need to use a couple pieces of tape. Go around the piece and then on top. And then now cover it real good. Okay, once you got your thing all masked off, so then it's ready for paint, you can go hang it up wherever you're hanging. Runs out there. As I'm painting the other piece, you can't see it. But use enamel for, if there's still rust on it, you want to use enamel, because the enamel will stop it from rusting more, and it'll keep the rust in. So go hang it up, and I'll show you how to paint it. It's pretty easy. It's the same as the other one, but I'll keep showing it, because why not? You might need to get a little creative with your hook, but if it's not touching it, it works. So paint it like that, and it should be really nice. I'm about to paint it, but I don't think I can show you. Look at this cat. Never seen something like that before, and I hope it turns out good though. I'll show you the final product. But this stuff's it's like chrome paint, so it should look pretty cool when it's on the bike. It's gonna look like it's brand new, actually. Hope it does, but we'll see. I didn't realize this at the time, but this paint is hella nice. Look at that. That's chrome. That is chrome. This is gonna be a chromie. I don't know if I want to paint the whole frame with this because it's kind of empty, but I'm definitely gonna paint the other linkage. Maybe some of the shock. That would be pretty cool. I'm gonna do the same process I just did to the other linkage. It's over there to this linkage. But I'm not gonna show you. I'm just gonna do it. So, because you already know how. So, you'll see it in the end. This is the after it's masked up and it's about to go on to paint. I'm about to paint that now, and I'll show you when that's done. Also, after the 2 coats, you're probably gonna want to put clear coat on, but that's like not yet. It's for later. Okay, so after you finish your 2 coats, so bright. After you finish your 2 coats, you're gonna want to put a coat of clear coat on it. Can't really see. That's a clear coat. I don't know what brand it is, but it's clear coat. You put 1 coat over whatever you're painting, and that'll keep it nice and safe and not scratching up when it's time to be worked with. Okay, here is one of the second biggest pieces I'm gonna have to do tonight. So it's the same procedure, just cover the bearings and blah blah blah, and then sand off the rust. I'll come back when I'm done mocking it up, but this one should be pretty quick. I finished cleaning the swing arm. It took a lot. It had a lot of rust on it, actually. It's a lot more than I thought it would have. But it's all worth it, because in the end, it is going to be so clean when it's done being painted. So I'm going to go do that now. I need to mask off those, and then it should be ready to paint. I'm going to paint it. It should, I don't know, but it's going to be pretty, like really pretty. You'll see. I'll show when I'm done painting the first coat. I kind of ran out of time tonight because it's kind of a school night and I have work to do. So I think I'm going to make this a 2-part thing for the tutorial, but I am thinking about making this into like a full build series where I rebuild this, because I didn't document any of me taking it apart. But I think it would be pretty cool if I could get like famous making this, like bring it back up to life and stuff, you know? Because I have the engine inside and I'm waiting for the piston right now. So I don't know. Comment and comment and subscribe if you think I should make like more videos about this. But I'm gonna be done for today, and I'll make a part 2 for finishing the rest of the paint job stuff. I'll put a picture here for how it looks, all the parts now while they're like cooking, I guess, while they're drying. But yeah, super cool voiceover because I'm gonna have my photos from the inside. So I mean, these are all the parts when they're done. I didn't realize it, but you shouldn't, when it's drying still, even if it feels hard, don't leave it on a hard surface, because it kind of like smushes and gets flat spots. So make sure to leave them hanging up so then they don't get damaged more. But that's it for this video, I think. I'm gonna be done. Don't forget to like and subscribe. I want to make more of this series if it works out, so just let me know. I need your feedback to keep me going. Have a good day.